Hello, hello, Instagram Live. How are you doing? Hello, YouTube Live. Sorry about that. How are you doing? As you hop on, please say hello. Let me know where it is that you are watching from. We've got Jan. Thank you for joining. Ehi, thank you for joining. Han, Kudan, thank you so much for joining. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. So guys, it's the final day of the Quarantine Queen Challenge. Oh, that is an oh moment, as in, I cannot believe that it's been 21 days. 21 days of waking up at 5 a.m., doing my meditations, connecting with God, doing my prayers. It's been interesting. It's been interesting, but that was the goal. The goal was to learn new habits, do things differently. I am used to waking up early, but not necessarily 5 a.m. constantly, consistently, with the kids at home as well. It's been a real challenge, but I have loved every moment of it. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to carry on with this new skills and new, things that I have learned. The meditation has been brilliant. Setting goals and working at particular times has been amazing. The exercise has been transformational. I mean, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I have made a lot of progress. So thank you so much for joining in. If you have been part of the Quarantine Queen Challenge, well done and congratulations for getting through the 21 days. Well done. And if you haven't, then no worries at all. On my YouTube channel, you can actually catch up with all the daily videos. So I did daily motivational videos every single day for the last 21 days. It's only the last 4 days that I've done it on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook. So you can actually catch the whole series on my YouTube page. All you have to do is just search Gladness Katega and you will see all the videos there. So, it's not really a loss because you can still make the most of the videos. And most importantly, that's coming to an end. The challenge is ending, but whenever there's an end, there's a new beginning. So today I'll be talking to you a little bit about the new beginning that we'll be taking forward from the 4th of June, and that is the Brokenness to Brilliance course. And that is going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So before we get into that, I'm here to address one question. And the question really is, why do people fail to love on themselves? Why do people not love themselves? Why is there so much lack of self-love? So if you can type self-love for me, so that I know you're with me, just type self-love. Self-love, self-love, self-love. Why is it that people, especially women in this day and age, struggle to practice self-love? So why is that? Hi, Lady B. Thank you so much for joining. Why is it that people fail to love on themselves? Now, the primary reason that I found is that they are really self-abandoning themselves. A lot of women, especially with this day and age, and we have so much responsibilities, we're womanpreneurs like myself, you're a mother, you have careers, you have responsibilities, you may also be a wife and you've got kids, and life just takes over you, and then you end up self-abandoning. And this is why you cannot love on yourself. This is why you fail to take care of yourself, right? And this is wrong. This is not what God intended for anybody. Lady B says self-insecurities. Absolutely. Self-insecurities is part of the reasons. Definitely, yeah. Self-insecurities. And again, that's one of the causes of self-abandonment is insecurities. Self-abandonment is by definition. So I looked this up. Self-abandonment by description is when you reject when you suppress or you ignore a part of yourself. It's so powerful. I'm like, you don't realize it, but you're actually ignoring yourself. You're suppressing, you're ignoring the part of self-love that is within you. That is self-abandonment. And this often derives from not wanting to deal with painful feelings, yeah, or hurt or failures, right? And most of the time is because you're uncomfortable with some pain. So you've got this discomfort from what's happened, challenges in life. And I went there. I went through self-abandonment. If you look at my profile, you will notice that I have transformed immensely, right? I have transformed into a queen, and that's from self-abandonment. I was in an abusive relationship, mentally abusive relationship, and I hadn't even realized what was happening to me. I hadn't realized what was happening to me for a whole decade. I was self-abandoning myself. I was not living an authentic life. I was lying to myself. I was pretending like things were good, but they were not. But the testimony is another day, and you'll find it in there somewhere. But this happens to the best of us, right? To the most confident person, it happens. Because I used to think I was a very confident person. And I used to think to myself, oh, no, 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 nobody could abuse me. That can't happen to me. But it happens. The problem is we don't speak up. The problem is we keep things to ourselves. And we don't even realize what's going on until someone tells you, pulls you to the side and tells you. And unfortunately, it rarely happens. And sometimes it takes a traumatic event. Something big will happen for you to wake up and come out of this, right? And for me, that thing was losing my daughter. My first daughter passed away. And literally, that is when I had like a wake up call to realize that this is not the kind of environment I need to be in. I was self-abandoning. So most of the time you do this because you're suppressing feelings of pain and hurt. So when you're in an abusive relationship, or when things are going wrong, or when you have failed and you have been hurt and been through so much, what do? You self-abandon. You want to put away that uncomfortable feeling. You don't want to deal with the issues, and you don't want to deal with the situations. Something is right in front of you, and most of the time, deep inside, but you're suppressing it and you don't want to deal with it. So you self-abandon, right? So again, self-abandon is not good. Can we just say that? Let's just, the words are powerful. As much as we talk about this, but words are powerful. So I want you to type for me, self-abandonment is not good. Self-abandonment is not good. It is terrible. And primarily, you cannot live a happy life. You cannot be happy. You cannot be happy. You cannot be happy. You cannot be fulfilled. You cannot live an abundant life. Yeah. So you ignore the desires to look after yourself. You can't sustain exercise, and some little hinters will be the simplest things. Do you struggle to keep up with things that are good for you? Do you struggle to keep up with exercise? I used to think to myself, how does it happen for someone to get to the extent of bad health? How does it happen for somebody to, sometimes you turn into alcohol. They start drinking so much until they become alcoholic. You're ignoring these feelings, the uncomfortable feelings, and you're suppressing it with alcohol, drugs, or whatever it is. And you don't want to deal with that situation, right? So you're abandoning yourself. You cannot sustain exercise. You cannot sustain anything that is good for you, such as self-love. You can't do it, right? You put everything, every single thing and every single person before yourself. This is self-abandonment. Yeah? You make excuses for everything that is good for you. Kudan says, I can absolutely relate. Wow. You see, this thing happens and, sometimes you don't realize. And this is why it's important to speak up. Thank you so much for sharing, Kudan. So you want to do something that is good for yourself, but it's like, oh no, I'll do it tomorrow, or no. Or maybe you start playing, your mind starts playing tricks with you. Oh, it's not, I can't really do it. And most of the time it's doubting yourself, doubting your work. You feel like you don't deserve that particular thing. You know, you will not verbalize it, but it's all in your mind, right? You're due to do your hair, you're due to look after yourself, right? But instead of doing that, you come up with, but then this money, I could actually use it to get a few more clothes for the kids. The kids have enough clothes. You just bought clothes for the kids last week. When you go out to shop for yourself, you end up shopping for other people. Yeah, you don't want to love on yourself, buy for yourself, get things for yourself. You actually get there, but for some weird reason, you find an explanation as to why it's better off you do something else with the money. This is self-abandonment. Yeah. But why do you behave this way? You have to ask yourself, if these things are happening, you have to ask yourself, why are you behaving this way? Is it feeling of unworthy? Is it shame? Is it fear? Is it timid? Why are you abandoning yourself? You have to do the work. You have to do the healing work in order to overcome this. You have to take time and actually deal with it. Because why does it have to get worse? This self-abandonment is not one of those things that needs to get worse before it gets better. Yeah, you hear people saying that, oh, it could be worse. No, we don't want it to be worse. We don't want it to lead to depression. We don't want it to lead to insanity or losing your mind. Why does it have to get worse before you can do something about it? Right? You find it hard to love on yourself. You find it hard to even be with yourself, to be by yourself. You find it difficult. You're constantly wanting somebody around you, right? You could be so tired. You've come home from work or something. You're so tired and you should be resting. Instead, a friend phones up, I really need help with XYZ, or just come over for a chat because they feel like they need a chat. Instead of you taking care of you and looking after you and resting, you go out and meet your friend. You know, sometimes it's helping people. It's to help people, don't get me wrong. But are you doing it at the detriment of your health? Are you doing it at the detriment of your happiness? Yeah, you could be resting and you know you should be resting. You've done a 7-day shift or whatever, but then just because a community, they needed you to come and do something that is not compulsory, like it's not your job, it's not it's not paying your bill. This person is wanting you to do for them for their good, and it's not for your good. You would rather do that just so that you don't get the opportunity to be by yourself. Yeah, these type of things are the things that I'm talking about. Neediness in relationships. You can't be by yourself, but oh my gosh, my hair is a mess. So you can't be by yourself. So therefore, you're constantly needy. You know, you are questioning your partner all the time. Where are you? What are you doing? What's going on? Why are you taking so long? They're 10 minutes late and you're on their neck. These things are lack of dealing with the things inside of you. You don't want to be by yourself. You don't want a moment of silence. You know, have you ever tried just being silent, being quiet? You always have something going on. You're keeping so busy all the time simply because you don't want to be with you and deal with you and what's going on inside of you. These feelings of undervalue, unworthiness, and whatever it is, you're not dealing with it. Yeah. So there is a void, there is a pain, there is a truth that needs to come out. And it's about time that you change this. This is not what God ordained for you. This is not a healthy lifestyle. Self-abandonment is unhealthy. Help me type self-abandonment is unhealthy or just unhealthy. Hi, Madame Sophie. Thank you so much for joining. So we're talking about why people fail to love themselves. Why do people find it difficult to self-care? You know, this is why I talk about self-care all the time, because this is one of the major things that really helped me overcome my pain, helped me get over grief. You know, self-love helped me heal from brokenness. And that's how I stepped into my brilliance, acknowledging the queen inside of me, acknowledging my worth, understanding my values, my core beliefs, and what it is that I stand for. These are the things that help you to live a purposeful life. These are the true meaning of abundance, right? So I want you to take this opportunity. Take the opportunity that I'm presenting to you today to heal your brokenness by ditching self-abandonment once and for all. Ditch self-abandonment and go from brokenness to brilliance. That is the offer that I'm making for you today. So if you check in the description, if you check in the bio on Instagram, you would have seen that I placed a link for my upcoming course, and it's called Heal Your Brokenness by Ditching Self-Abandonment and Unleashing Your God-Given Purpose. Right? It's a 6 weeks program so that you can learn how to overcome all these things. So you can learn how to identify your voice and your truth. Discover your worth and core values. Attract so that you can attract meaningful relationships. I said this yesterday. If you don't understand your core values and beliefs and what you stand for, if you do not deal with what we discussed in day 1 of identity, you will keep attracting toxic relationships. Because if you don't do the mind work and you don't do the things that I am talking about, that I'll be discussing in the training, you will keep attracting the same things, right? Learn how to own your mistakes and create a new outcome for your life. Because I said again yesterday that change lies in your hands. Nobody's going to come and hand a different you to you, right? Nobody's going to come and say, oh, here you go. I've transformed for you. Just, put on the bodysuit or something. It doesn't work like that. It lies in your hands. You are responsible for your own life. Learn how to radically heal by acceptance, forgiveness, and learning how to overcome pain, right? Move forward with your goals unapologetically. So learn how to set goals, learn how to create your vision for your life, a purposeful vision. Yeah, learn and discover the gifts that God placed inside of you. This is what we'll be doing in this course. Yeah, and lastly, learn how to manifest. Manifest your dreams so that you can live a life of abundance. How amazing that sounds. I am so excited. Honestly, what we've been doing in the Quarantine Queen Challenge, when you watch the videos, it's literally just the appetizer. In the course, we're now going to go into the contents of it, the practical elements of actually working these things out and healing. And this is all going to be done through a 6 weeks program. And it's right now, I've discounted it up for the next 7 days. It's only £97. For 7 days, it's £97, but otherwise it goes up to £497. And this is just the launch price. Its actual value is £1,500. But considering the epidemic, considering COVID-19, considering that I want us to really come out of this season better, use this opportunity to discover who you are. This is why I'm setting the price at £97 for the next 7 days. So take the opportunity. There's limited space because this is going to be a group coaching. So there's only a set number that I could take. So I really hope that you have enjoyed the last few days. Like I said, the videos will all be on my YouTube channel. So please go over there, subscribe. If you have any information at all, let me know. I'm open to take questions. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I really appreciate you joining me today. And most importantly, share. Please share the broadcast. Yes, I remember a question. So somebody asked, again, to clarify that when is it starting? So the course is starting on the 4th of June. Yeah, the 4th of June is when it starts, and it's every Thursday evenings from 8 o'clock GMT. So you'd have to check where you are with the time frame, but it's going to be about 90-minute sessions for 6 weeks. So 6 Thursdays from the 4th of June up to the 9th of July. We're going to be doing the program, and I'm going to be giving you a booklet. You're going to have something that, do I have one nearby? You're going to have something that you will work with within the weeks. so that you could keep a daily planner of what's going on. You're going to get quizzes, you're going to get tasks. I mean, you have to be ready to do the work. Yeah. This is not one of those quick fix. This is not one of those things where I spoon feed you. No, I'm going to hold your hand so that you can go through the transformation. Yeah. In under 6 weeks or less, you will be transformed, provided you do the work. So I look forward to seeing you guys, seeing you ladies. You know, gents are welcome too if you can do the work. If you can do the work, you're very, very welcome. Like I said, the information is in the description. And you know, you'll be hearing from me. This is not the end, you know, this is just the end of this series, right? The end of this series. But I'm really, really excited for you to join the Brokenness to Brilliance course. And you know, I can't wait to have you there. And I really look forward for you to unleash the queen that is inside of you. So thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless, and bye for now.